I've put together for you a quick office workout. Simple exercises you can do either on the spot or with minimal equipment. It can easily be done in a lunch break, a tea break, whenever you get the chance to grab a few minutes and put some exercise into your day. The first thing we're going to do is some squats with the calf raise. Now, if you need to, hold onto your desk or a wall to give you some extra stability. If not, freestanding. So, different options. Level 1 is going to be our plain squat. This way. Hips, knees and feet are all aligned, facing forwards, nice and parallel. Our bottom is going right back and out, and our chest and our head is nice and lifted. This is your level 1. Level 2, we're going to go for a squat with the calf raise. So the same technique for the squat is you come up, then into a calf raise. So rising up through the middle of our feet and back down again. To make it a little bit harder, you can add some arms here, or even take them up above your head as you do the calf raise. So I'm going to go for level 2, which is your squat and plain calf raise. We're going to do 10 repetitions. So everything nice and aligned, off we go. So plain squat and up, and a calf raise and down. Think about using your bottom the whole time, particularly at this point here as you squeeze up underneath. Calf raise and down. Squat and up. Nice and slow and controlled, there's no rush. Nice steady pace. Think about your core here, particularly on this calf raise up and down. Use your strength from here. And 5. Pulling up from the top of your head, nice and tall. And 6. Ensuring you're parallel every single time. Nice alignment. And 7. Calf raise up and down. And 8. Putting this core in nice and firm. This is where your strength comes from. And 9. And up. Last one. 10. And calf raise and down. You can also increase the intensity with that one by going deeper into that squat. However low you go, just make sure your technique is correct. Nice parallel legs, bottom back and out, and chest and head lifted. The next one we're going to do is called a jack, a jumping jack. Again, I'll give you 3 different levels so you can pitch it as to where you're at. So the first level, without any impact at all, we're going to go for hands on hips. It's going to be a half jack. So tapping out to the side and bring it back into centre. Tap to side, back to centre. That's your level 1. You can take it up to level 2 by including arms. So it's still a half jack, but adding arms. A bit of coordination. Now level 3, we're going to go for a full jack, which adds the jump in. So arms and legs are going at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to do level 3 and we're going to go for 10 repetitions on this one again. So 10 jacks, 10 half jacks, wherever your level is at. If you're doing the jumping version in particular, make sure everything is aligned, hips, knees and feet every single time you land. With the non-impact version, level 1, make sure every time you're aligned. Hips, knees and feet completely over each other to make sure there's no twisting going on. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, nice and slow and steady, 8, and 9, and 10. The next one we're going to do is side bend, so working our core, in particular our side here. For this one, I'm going to use a resistance band. Now this is perfect to use in the office. It is low in cost, it is super efficient, you can do a multitude of exercises with it, easy to fit in your briefcase, your suitcase, your handbag, nice and lightweight. Best piece of kit for taking out and about if you're travelling with work as well. So for an easier option, hold towards the end of the band when you're doing this. If you'd like to make it harder over time, hold higher up the band, so you've got less to play with. We're going to bend from side to side. It's going to look like this. Now, your level of intensity as I said, will change depending where on the band you're holding. So towards the end of the band is easier, lower down the band is harder. If you want to take it up a level again, you can change the band that you're using. So remember, there are 5 different levels of the resistance band. There is obviously an easier level, ranging right through up until the black band at the top, which is your hardest level. So again, pick and choose a level that's right for you. Over time, hopefully you'll progress and be able to use a trickier band. For now though, if you only have the one, easier towards the end of the band, harder further down the band. So we're going to go for 10 sets of side bends. So legs all facing forwards, nice and parallel, relaxed, soft knee, good posture. So pulling up through the top of your head, pulling in with your core. Off we go. 1 and 2. So nice and slow and steady. Now I'm making sure I'm going directly side to side. Don't lean it back or forward, because then you're at risk of not working your core well enough or putting too much strain on your lower spine. That's 8, we're on to 9. Nice and steady pace, and 10. The next exercise we are going for are lunges. So I don't need my band for that. I'm going to alternate my legs coming forward. Now to change the intensity of this one, hands can either go here on your hips, here by your ears, or for level 3, up above your head. Now as you step forward into the lunge, I want you to take a nice long stride. If you take a shallow stride, as you go down, you're going to put pressure on your knee joints. This isn't what we want. We want to make sure your quads, your thighs, and your glutes, which is your bottom, make sure these areas are taking the pressure. Here and there, giving a good workout. No pressure on your knee joints. You can change the level of intensity depending on how far down you go into this lunge. So a level 1 lunge would be a shallow one. Level 2 would be a little bit deeper. And level 3, all the way down. So a nice long stride and down here. If you're going for level 3, there should be a right angle here and a right angle on the back leg. And I want you to make sure as you go down, your knee does not bang on the floor. A, it might hurt your kneecap, but B, it takes the pressure off your legs. And we're aiming to work these legs out, not take the pressure off. So that's your level 3. I'm going to demonstrate level 2. As I say, you can change your arms for here, here and here, depending on the intensity you want. Make sure your core is held. I want you to pull up through the center of your head nice and tall. I want you to pull in your core here and make this work for you. Particularly as you push back from that lunge, that's where your core is going to need to work. Hold it still here. If all this is still uncontrolled, your legs will move far much easier underneath. So you're here for 10 lunges, alternating your legs coming forwards. So I'm going for hands on hips, and I'm going to choose level 2 for my legs. Off we go with 10 lunges. So nice long stride. 1. And 2. 3. So I'm thinking nice and tall. I'm thinking controlled in here. 4. Parallel every time with my legs. 5. And 6. 7. Nice and slow, steady speed. 8. Keep reminding yourself about pulling up nice and tall, pulling in here. 9. Last one. And 10. Fabulous. The next exercise is going to be a press up. So we're working our chest area, our pecs, and also our upper arms, our biceps, and shoulders and back a little bit too. You can do this against the wall, you can do it on the floor, or you can do it against a solid object, such as your desk. Obviously make sure the desk is solid first of all. The last thing you want is for the furniture to move away from underneath you. So press up options. I'm going to give you 3 different options again. As always, choose the level that's right for you. So hands at 1.5 times your shoulder width. So my easier level 1 option, feet quite close by, and you're bending in and out this way. That's your level 1 option. Level 2, further away, in this position. Level 3, further away still. Okay? Whichever option you choose, I want you to make sure that your core is engaged. As you're going up and down, the tendency is for this to lose its structure and for this to happen. So you're arching your back, bottom sticking out. That's not what we want. A, it's going to put pressure on your lower spine, which may cause injury or at least some discomfort. And B, you're not working your core to its maximum potential. Hold all this in nice and tight, keep the nice flat structure, and keep that nice steady pace going. So I'm going to choose option 1 for this demonstration, and we're going to go for 10 press-ups. So hands 1.5 times our shoulder width, 10 press-ups, off we go. And 1. So that's slow and controlled speed. 2. And 3. As I said, you should feel it working across your chest, your shoulders, upper arms, and your back. 4. And 5. And 6. Keep reminding yourself about your core. 7. A nice flat stomach being pulled in the whole time. 8. And 9. Last one. 10. The next thing we're going to do is running on the spot. This is a cardio exercise designed to get your heart rate up a little and to give you a good workout. So the running on the spot is a nice easy one to grade. Obviously, the slower you run, the less the workout. The more you increase your speed, the harder the workout will be. So there's a million changes in between and you grade it as to how you see fit. So we're going to go for 10 seconds running on the spot. So it can be anything from a gentle jog, anything right up to a really fast speed ball run, okay? So whatever you choose, let's go for 10 seconds to start with. Off we go. 1, 2, 3. Try and get those arms involved. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 10 seconds. 9 and 10. So nice easy exercise there to increase or decrease as you see fit. The next one I'm going to do with you is a plank. This is a full body workout with this one, with particular emphasis on your core. Now this can be done on the floor. It can be done against a wall or on a table, but best on the floor I find. So I'm going to give you 3 different options again. One option on your knees, one option on your feet, another option with the feet but going up onto your hands. So you have 3 different choices to choose from. Whatever option you choose, I want you to keep nice and still when you're in your position. I want you to think about your core, think about pulling in nice and firm and tight and keeping your strength here. I want you to think about squeezing your bottom in during the plank. No movement at all. So option 1, we can go down on our elbows, hands nice and flat. Now the further your feet are away from you, the harder it will be. So for option 1, we're going to keep them relatively close. And this is your basic level. Level 1, your starter level. Level 2, we're going to take it back to go onto your feet. So hands and arms will stay where they are. And you're going up onto your feet. This is level 2. Level 3, we're going up onto hands. And your plank position is here. Now, whichever option you choose, please concentrate on your technique. Think about pulling in your core nice and tightly and holding it all in still. I want you to make sure your lower back is supported. If you let your core go, you're arching and then putting pressure on your lower spine. We don't want that. Pull in nice and tight, take the pressure off here and keep that center. So 10 seconds. As I say, I'm doing option level 3. So my hands are underneath my shoulders. In the plank position, 10 seconds. We go 1, 2, 3. So I'm keeping nice and still. 4, no movement. 5, 6, keeping my bottom active and really concentrating on squeezing it. And 9 and 10. Now the next exercise I'm going to do is a squat combination. Now every time we do a squat, I want you to think about your technique, being hips, knees and feet all aligned. Make sure nothing is twisting. We want to keep lovely technique, nice parallel legs. So the combination we're going to do is a narrow squat this way. And we're stepping out to do a wider squat. So every time, hips, knees and feet all aligned. We're going to keep alternating legs. So another narrow one, and a step out, and a wider one. Now to change the intensity, you can change the depth of the squat. A shallow squat will be less of an intensity, and obviously the deeper you go down, the harder it will become. So pitch it at a level that's right for you. So squat combination, we're going to do 10 sets of this one. Think about a technique all the time, our bottom going back and out, our chest and head nice and lifted. 10 sets, off we go. 1, do a narrow squat, step out, and a wide squat. And narrow. So I'm going for middle of the road. I'm level 2 here. So a moderate level of squat. I can do a shallower one like this to decrease the intensity. I can do a deeper squat to make it harder. That's 3. On to 4. Nice parallel legs every time I change position. Think about pulling up nice and tall the whole time. Putting up from the centre of your head, putting your core in. Again, this is your centre, this is your strength. This is 6. And into 7 now. Nice and slow and controlled. No rushing. This is 8. Last 2. Keep that chest lifted, bottom back and out. And 10. Using that core and squeezing up at the end of every one. Now the last exercise we're going to do is a bicep curl. So our biceps are the front of the arm here. We're going to work that, and we're going to use a resistance band to help us. As I said, a perfect piece of kit to take with you in your briefcase, in your handbag, perfect for traveling. It is lightweight and really inexpensive, so a perfect tool to use. So to make it easier, you can hold the end of the band. The more you want to increase the intensity, the further up the band you can hold as we're doing the exercise. Again, to change the intensity, you can change the band that you're using. There are 5 different levels of resistance band with Meglio, so pick the type that is right for you. Yellow is the easiest, working our way up to black, which is the toughest. As I say, pick something that's slightly easier to start with, get your technique right, get your confidence up, and gradually over time, work your way up the band levels. We're going to think about our posture. We're going to think about putting up nice and tall. We're going to think about engaging this core, shoulders back and down, relaxed, soft knees. We have our elbows tucked into our sides, and we're going to be curling up this way. So you're just hinging from the elbow. The upper arm should not move. And as I say, you should feel it in your biceps, which is the front of your arm. We're going to do 10 repetitions. So think about technique first. Off we go, 10 repetitions. 1. Nice and slow and controlled again. 2. And 3. Think about posture, putting up nice and tall. 4, think about putting your core in. Shoulders back and down, head relaxed. 5 and 6, keep those relaxed, soft knees. 7, that's slow and steady pace. 8, last 2. 9 and 10. You don't need much to do a quick office workout. You don't need much space, as I've shown you. You only need minimal equipment. You don't need money to do it. You can easily do it in short time and a small area. Now, you may be conscious about doing this in the office on your own. So results, you could maybe rope in everybody else to do it with you, get a small group going. You could get them doing it, for example, in their lunch break. You could possibly, if you wanted to have your own privacy, go and find a small conference room. Go and find a space away from everybody else. Take your band with you. It only takes 10 minutes, even less, depending on how many exercises you pick and choose from that combination. But it is doable. A, it'll get you away from your desk, so it'll clear your head. B, it'll mean you're incorporating fitness into your day-to-day life. It won't be such a daunting task at the end of the day to think, oh, I've got to go to the gym or I've got to go and work out. It'll give you results and answers to intersperse throughout your day.